Hello everyone. I hope everyone is in safe and healthy condition. We welcome you to the speech competition by the Premier 2021 The Arcade. To start off, let's open our camera and Mikhail Alden will lead us in the opening prayer.
Okay, so friends, judges, teachers, participants, let us unite in a prayer. God, now we want to start our speech competition. Please help us so that everything can run well. Bless all of the committees and all of the people involved in this event so that we shall do our best. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Okay, a gentle reminder, can we ask the participants from SMAC Ipsun to turn on their cameras? And then we'll start right away. Okay, to start off, let me explain a little bit about the premiere, which is the event that we're hosting today. So the premiere is basically an annual event hosted by our school where we invite schools from all over Indonesia to participate. And we hope that it can help develop their academic and also extracurricular skills. And this is the 11th premiere. And because of this pandemic, unfortunately, this is the first time ever that we're hosting it digitally through Zoom.
Okay, now I will be explaining the mechanics once again. So first, the topic shall be chosen by picking a random number from the displayed PowerPoint presentation. Second, the contestant shall be given 15 minutes to prepare and 5 minutes to deliver their speech. When they are delivering their speech, the contestants are not allowed to have any gadget. A timer will be displayed on the screen. There will be a 1 point deduction per 30-minute overtime from the respective judges. Total score before determining the rank of the contestants. Third, the style of the delivery shall be conversational, oratorical, or combination of both. Dramatical styles considered disqualified. Fourth, the, the contestants should wear school uniform. Fifth, use of sound effects, microphones, and props are not allowed. Last one, after the deliberation of the judge's decision is final.
Okay, so moving on, there will be three judges that will be judging this competition today. First, we'll have Miss Andrea. Miss, can you say hello for her?
Yes, hi everybody.
Okay,
Good
that's
morning.
Miss
Thank you
Andrea.
for yes.
She currently teaches at the British Institute and has a background in English language teaching. She holds a CELTA certificate in teaching English language to adults from Cambridge, and she has also served as a speech competition judge during the Uni Sadugunda 2019-2020.
Thank you, Andika. Yes, hi everybody. Thank you for having me. Yes.
Moving on, our second judge will be Mr. Ernie Venegas. Sir?
Hi guys, morning.
Okay. So Mr. Ernie has taught from different countries, first in the Middle East, then in Malaysia, and also now in Indonesia. He currently works at Ukrida Penaber International as an English teacher, and he is also a qualified Cambridge speaker examiner. His background ranges from teaching English to coaching drama, storytelling, speech competitions, and he was also a judge of the previous premier speech competition. And for our final judge, we have Miss Kinji Arnas. So Miss Arnas has been working as an English teacher for 10 years now, and she started off her teaching career in the Philippines where she taught English classes and also IELTS preparation. She then moved to Kuala Lumpur in 2015 to teach English until 2017, and now she works in Japan and handles English classes. She has background in English language education and theater and arts. Miss, say something to let the participants know.
Miss Kinji, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, Miss.
Oh, hey everyone. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, good luck everyone. So I'm really glad to have you having me here and listen to you guys. So all the best.
Okay, moving on to the participant. So first we have Natasha Audrey Lukmanto from SMAC 5. Fedora Priscilla Vincentius from IPK Sunter. Angelica Karim from IPK Sunter, Lukenzel Suhendra from IPK Sunter, Genta Aji from Global Sevilla. Last one is Daniel Sebastian Wijaya from NGIS.
Oh yeah, as an additional information, after each participant has delivered their speech, we'll give a chance to one of the judges to give one comment after their speech. And there will be a 1 minute time limit. Okay. And finally, before starting the event, I want to say thank you to all the sponsors in the beginning so that they have supported and allowed us to run this program well. So we would like to thank our sponsors, KBL, TBI, Hartwell, EduBridge, iDance, and also Softies, as well as our media partners, Share Event, Mading Pensi, Info selanjutnya, Redaksi Seputar Event, and also Event Banget. Brian, can you play the video?
Pakai Softies tisu basah saat berkeringat, saat sesudah makan. Pakai Softies hand sanitizer sebelum ngemil, setelah pegang uang. Pakai masker Softies pas naik motor lagi flu. Perlindungan antibakterial dari Softies. Bersih di mana aja.
Okay, I think that is our opening session done. So we'll proceed with the pre-contest orientation that will be conducted in the breakout rooms. So all the participants will be moved into the breakout rooms and the judges can just stay in the main room. Okay, hello everyone. Can we once again request you to start your cameras and we'll start with determining the order of the speech and also your topics. Okay. So first, okay. So first, we'll determine the order first of who will go first, and it will be determined by the wheel spinner here. So let's start. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Angelica, you become the first participant to give your speech. Then, okay, Audrey, you become the second speaker. Followed by Genta. Then we have Daniel as the fourth speaker. And finally, okay, Fedora, you become the fifth speaker. And for the last speaker, it will be Lakizel. So the order from the first to the last will be Angelica, Audrey, Genta, Daniel, Fedora, and then Lakizel. We will now proceed to the topic choosing session.
Okay, now is the topic selection. So let's start from Angelica. Which number would you like to pick? Hello, Angelica.
Fourth.
Fourth. Okay. So, being monolingual in a globalized world is a disadvantage. Do you agree? So, I will repeat. Being monolingual in a globalized world is a disadvantage. Do you agree? Have you noted down the question?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to Audrey.
Number 8, please.
Okay, number 8. It is important for cultures to preserve their traditions, beliefs, and customs. Do you agree? I'll repeat once more. Is it important for cultures to preserve their traditions, beliefs, and customs? Do you agree?
Just a reminder, so we encourage everyone to start the preparation at the same time, so after everyone's received the topic. Thank you.
Now, Genta.
Let's go for 14.
14, okay. Students should have the option of choosing their own teacher. I'll repeat. Students should have the option of choosing their own teachers. Next is Daniel.
Lucky number 3.
Okay, number 3. Would you agree that modern technology addresses our human desire more than our needs? I will repeat. Would you agree that modern technology addresses our human desire more than our needs? Moving on to Fedora.
Number 7.
Number 7. Studying overseas is an overrated experience. What is your view? I repeat once more. Studying overseas is an overrated experience. What is your view? Moving on to the last one, Lukizo.
Number 10.
Number 10, okay. Today's era can be explained in two words. Digital overload. What is your view? I will repeat. Today's era can be explained in 2 words. Digital overload. What is your view? Okay, guys. You will have 15 minutes to prepare your speech. 15 minutes starts now.
Can we turn off our camera while we prep?
Please keep your camera on. Thank you. You will have less than 5 minutes to prepare. Less than 1 minute. Four, three, two, one. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys, I think the preparation time is over. Now we'll continue to the competition. So the first participant, Angelica, we will put you in the main room after this to deliver your speech. And also please note for the other contestants that please, you guys, your preparation time is already over, and show your cameras to the surroundings. Later we'll have Stephanie and Alicia to see you guys, to make sure that you guys aren't preparing anymore. Oh, can we ask to turn off all virtual backgrounds during this time? You can turn it on again later.
I mean the committee.
Oh, okay. Now the team.
Hi, Andika. How many times do we have? How many time? Okay. How much time we have left?
We have to start now, I think, sir, for the first participant.
First
Oh,
participant.
okay. Let me see.
So Brian will display the question as well.
Who will be the timekeeper?
Someone will display the timer later on.
All right.
So So it's gonna be a spotlight between the timer and the
Question as well.
contestant.
Okay, so for the first contestant,
Where? Thank you.
so the question for the first participant is this: being monolingual in a globalized world is a disadvantage. Do you agree? And I think the participant is having some problems, sir. She just left just now.
Okay, can you send her a message or
Yeah.
give her a call? Thank you.
Excuse.
Hello, NG. Can you rename your name? Okay, NG. Now you have 5 minutes to deliver your speech.
Has the judges understood all the topics? If not, we can continue to the speech.
Yes, please open the camera as well.
Okay. Inji? Okay.
Okay.
I'll start the timer whenever you're ready.
We can't actually hear you.
I think you have to increase the volume of your voice. We can hear you, but it's very low.
Can my voice be heard?
Yeah.
Can I use some notes?
Yeah, for this round you can use.
Okay, thank you.
Your 5 minutes to deliver the speech starts now.
Good morning. Before I begin with my speech, I would like to say thank you to God because even in this pandemic situation, we can all still attend this event. I also would like to say thank you to all of the judges that have given me this opportunity to participate in this speech contest. So first of all, we know that today we're living in a world where everyone from different countries, different cultures, different nationality can communicate with each others. So what if imagine if we are a monolingual person, we can only speak one language, and we are in a condition where we have to speak with other people from different countries that they can speak our language. It will become a very disadvantage for us. So today, I'm Angelica. I'm from IPK Sundar Senior High School, and I will be deliver my speech about the disadvantage about being a monolingual person. So first of all, I will explain you what is a monolingual person. A monolingual is a condition when you're only able to speak one language, or you only can speak a single language. For example, you can only speak Indonesian, or you can only speak English, and something like that. So why I say that it's a disadvantage being a monolingual person. The first is when we being a monolingual person, we can communicate with people from all different countries. And when we can communicate with people from different countries, then our educational opportunity will decrease. We can compete in the global job market, and we cannot mingle well with other people from different countries. Also, there will be a disadvantage for our future career. We cannot apply for jobs in overseas, and also we cannot apply for a university in abroad, or we cannot study abroad. That's why I think it's a very disadvantage for us if we being a monolingual person. We have to learn other languages, such as English as an international language, so that we can communicate with other people in different countries, something like that. And if we become a multilingual person, we can work with many people. So in conclusion, I think being a monolingual person is a bad idea. We have to learn other languages so that we can help ourselves and our generation growth, prosperity, and success. But remember, we also must not forget our mother tongue as a basic part of our identity. I think that's all that I can deliver in my speech. Thank you for your attention. Hopefully what I have said is gainful for us. I hope everyone is in a safe and healthy condition in this pandemic situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica, for the wonderful speech delivered. Now we will give a chance to one of the judges to give their comment.
Okay. All right, Angelica, thank you so much for the speech. Yeah, I know it might have been challenging, yeah, to prepare for the speech in a short time, 15 minutes, and then yes, with the topic that is given. I think I can see that. All right. About the content itself. Yes, I can see that there was a good organization, and also you try your best to be engaging here, and also in the speech you also use body movements, yes, to have you during the speech. That's also good. Yes, and also try to maintain interactions with the audiences, including us here, the judges, and also with the clear intonation. So thank you very much, Angelica. Yes, for your speech. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all for me. Yes.
Okay, I think that is over for Angelica. We'll now start with the second participant, and I'll invite him to the main room first. Hello, Natasha.
Hi.
Okay. Natasha, what number did you pick just now?
8, the number 8.
So topic, this is for the judges. The topic will be, it is important for cultures to preserve their traditional beliefs and customs. Do you agree? Once again, it is important for cultures to preserve their traditional beliefs and customs. Do you agree? Okay, I think that's enough. Brian, can you start the timer? And Natasha will have 5 minutes to deliver her speech.
Your 5-minute speech will start now.
So it has always been controversial between the tradition that we have in our past from our ancestors and with the modern society that we live in today. You know, some people have opinions that our tradition is something that we have to keep forever. It is our connection with our ancestors, the last connection that we have. But some other people also think that in our cultural society that we live in the modernity society that we live in today, we don't have time for it. Tradition does not take place in the fastly and rapidly changing evolutionary society today. So I would like to start off by differentiating the tradition and modernity. I found a very significant difference between these two. Through tradition, I find a very cohesion of society. They were always together. They hunt for food, they cook for it, and they will sit together. They will also give up their gratitude to gods in the past. But now, in modernity, I find a very little sense of community. Because whenever I'm gathering with other people, be it with my family, my friends, or other people in general, I would find myself and others also playing and fidgeting with their gadgets and smartphones all the time, even though we are face to face and we need to interact with one another. So now, the question is it important to preserve traditional customs and beliefs? Yes, definitely. Why? Because it is simply our connection with our ancestors. We are supposed to be attached with our ancestors and have the connections so that it won't vanish. Just like how we are attached to today's society, the conveniency and how comfortable it is to live in. Now, some people might say that this is our quest for cultural identity, or this is the clashings of civilizations. But I found a very pleasing harmony in the midst of people's opinions. I find a very beautiful connection between the traditional culture we have and also the modern society that we live in today. I have learned a few things from each organization. Through tradition, I learned to always stay together and have each other's back. I learned that it is important to never lose the connection with the people that you love, with your friends and family, and to also help one another. Because it is something very essential to the people in our past. And through modernity, I learned to never stop learning. Even if you look at today and how developed our world is, how fast and rapidly changing it is, we still strive to be better. We never stop learning, and it is something that I will cherish. So, be it your traditional culture or the modern society that you live in to this day, You must find your harmony between those two. You must find the balance. And when you find that balance, you will be at peace with your past ancestors and also with yourself today. So now, let's find our harmony and preserve our traditional customs and beliefs. My name is Natasha Audrey from SMAC 5 Penabur, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Natasha, for providing us with your idea regarding the topic. Now let's hear a comment from one of the judges.
All right, I think I will do it. Hello, Natasha. Good morning, and thank you for that very informative speech. I actually I made a note here. I think you really had a good argument talking about older people's tradition on incorporating it to the new generation. And as for your introduction, I really like that you had to actually define that kind of, the tradition and so on. You said also about tradition isn't available or actually can be seen in modernity, but you said that it should be harmonized, that you should have the old and the present to actually combine. And there's this one thing that I really like your speech. You actually let the audience think of their own definition of, or their idea about tradition. You actually asked that question and pause and let us think about it as well. And I think most importantly, you really did a good closing. Thank you for that. Okay, that's it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir, Arnie, and also Natasha. We'll now proceed with the next participant, which is Genta from Global Sevilla Pumas. Okay, so Genta will be the third speaker today. And before we start, can I please ask Angelica to turn on your camera? And we're going to show the topics first. Genta, what number did you pick just now? 14. 14. Okay. So for the judges, the topics will be students should have the option of choosing their own teachers. Students should have the option of choosing their own teachers. Are the judges okay with that already? Okay. Then we can proceed. Brian, can you share the timer? And Genta, you have 5 minutes to present your speech, starting now.
As a grade 12 student myself who is facing his year-long COVID-19 probation at home, I think I speak on behalf of all the students out there in the world when I say this. I need to get back to physical classes. Because first of all, I am demotivated. I do not see a reason to get my butt up and sit in front of my TV screen, frying my eyeballs out in front of a boring lecture. But here's the thing. What if there's this sudden idea where I can get the option to choose my teacher, my idol, my key to my success? Wouldn't that be an amazing idea? Well, I mean, it really depends. Look, here's the thing. I do think that I think that students should be given the ability to choose their own teachers, but there needs to be some boundaries. Me as a grade 12 student who is serving his last year in high school prioritizes my education more than anything else in the world right now. I need a teacher that can build my future, make me a better person, inspire me to inspire others. That's what I need. And if I'm given the opportunity to do so, I will definitely choose those teachers that can do those things, that has those desirable traits to make me better. And also, this might serve as a little bonus, but if teachers can also make me feel free and relaxed to talk about whatever I want, that would make me feel inspired as well to communicate. I will be learning, feeling relaxed, no need to rush. Wouldn't that be amazing? Now when my teacher walks in, I wouldn't be thinking to myself, oh, here comes Mrs. Dudumit with her boring lecture in chemistry. I would be thinking to myself, yes, she is here, and she is going to build a brighter future for me, and that's what I'm here for. Now, here's the thing. I'm definitely a very social person. I'm just more worried about what would happen if I get too comfortable, too close, too sociable. I definitely value my teachers and I respect them so much. I am definitely very worried about me not reciprocating their respect back at them. Just imagine you starting an online class, preparing maybe days or even weeks ahead of time, all the resources, all the textbooks, all video information, all worksheets, and for me to come into class saying, can we just postpone it to another day? I'm not really feeling it. I'm like so sick and tired. Like, how would you feel? You'd be like, I have spent my last couple of days making you better, and now you're saying no? How dare you? If I know what it feels like to be in that position because I have experienced it myself, and I know that hurts. As a student, I came here not to be sociable, not to interact, not to gossip about that latest Kim Kardashian drama with Kanye West. I came here to study because I've got big dreams. I am a young teenager that wants to build a better Indonesia, that wants my talents to be exposed around the world. I want to raise people up to new levels of technological advancements and maybe even moral ethics. This is the thing. If I'm not given the opportunity to choose my own teachers, that would also be okay. Because say, for example, I meet a teacher who's not so kind, walks into class, yells at all the students and says, I want you to do the classwork and I don't care, and then just leaves and plays Pokemon. That would also be okay, because I would be learning how to respect those people, how to tolerate those people, how to be patient around those people. Indonesia is known to be a very religious country, and religion is, very prominent in teaching us to be respectful, to be tolerable around people, to respect others even though it's not up to what we think. Maybe they have gone through different walks of life, and as a student, as someone who's developing my values, I think it's an important value to respect the way others talk, because maybe that's what they think is the best for them and for me. So if I'm given the opportunity to choose my own teachers, I would definitely do so without a doubt. But I will definitely need to set some boundaries, because I don't want to taint your respect that you've given to me, and I don't want to waste my time building my future on useless gossip. And it should remain that way for as long as I stay in high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Genta, for your providing us with your idea regarding the topic. Now let's hear the comments from one of the judges.
Hi, Genta. That was a really, really good speech there. I really liked the energy that we're showing. Okay. I'm going to go to the good points that I noticed about that speech. First is you are very engaging, to the point that in my mind, I'm actually arguing with you now. Like, no, you can't say that. And that is good. Okay. You engage your audience in a way that makes us think as well. Okay. I like that one. And the transition in your ideas. Okay. It's very smooth. You go to this and you go to that. But what's missing was the introduction at the beginning. You started really strong at the beginning. So maybe next time you could improve on, slowly building the tension. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. It's like right now, I'm going to say this, I'm going to tell you about this, but then little by little, eventually you're getting to the tension. You know what? I have this argument, but that is still okay. I really like it overall. And I'm quite curious about the boundary you were talking about.
Yes.
So it wasn't really clear what you meant by that. So at the end, I realized that it's about you're putting a what boundary? Was it I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So varying your tone and voice when you're conveying what you mean, when you're having a strong emotion towards it, or it's something that makes you happy, whatever. So I like that varying in your tone and voice. Okay. Well, yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Okay, thank you, Genta, and also Ms. Kinji for the comments. Okay, we will now move on to the next participant, which is going to be Daniel from NGIS. Okay, Daniel.
Sorry about that. Hold on, yeah.
Daniel, what topic did you choose just now?
I think it was, oh yeah, it was lucky number 3. It was, how would you agree modern technology addresses? Oh, yes,
So
that
for
one.
the judges, the topic will be, would you agree that modern technology addresses our human desires more than our needs? Once again, would you agree that modern technology addresses our human desires more than our needs?
Hold on, yeah.
Yeah.
My thing.
Are the judges okay already? Okay. So Daniel, you have 5 minutes to deliver your speech, starting now.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, while I was scrolling through my Instagram, my DMs, I came across a particular ad. Now, you see, before I describe to you what that ad was, you have to understand my background. I love to work out. I love to go to the gym, get that massive reps, those biceps, those muscles. And accordingly, so those ads that I got from my Instagram was about protein shakes. I know it's a bit weird, asking underage teenagers to get those for adults protein shakes, but that is what modern technology provides us. Solutions, products for our quote unquote needs. Now, today we will be discussing more about whether or not these modern technologies, social media, all of those above that we have promotes whether what we desire or what we want in general. My name is Daniel Sebastian Wijaya, and I'm from North Jakarta International School. First thing first, we need to address what does these advertisement want from us? What are their goals? What are their end goals? They want to sell stuff. They want to sell as many stuff as they can, whether it's our wants or our needs to us. They want to get the word out. Hey, buy this cool protein shake, buy this cool stove, this new phone that we have. That is their goal, regardless whether we want it or need it. And that is where the dilemma comes in. When we're talking about protein shakes, as an example that I mentioned before, I'm still a kid. I don't need it. I might want it, but I don't need it. It's not a necessity for me. However, for those athletes who are on the top of their games, Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, they need those for their careers. And here we can see the contrast between need and want. What I want might be what they need, and vice versa. Another clear example. A few days ago, I was scrolling through Google and I came across an advertisement for a new phone. Those discount 50% off. And I think to myself, hey, I have a perfectly working phone right here on my table. I don't need a new phone. And yet, some people need a new phone. You see, this is the nature of advertisement. What I want, and let me repeat that again, what I want might be what they need. And it works the other way around. And so to answer the simple question, does modern technology only addresses what we want rather than what we need, is wrong. Their goal is to sell stuff, regardless whether we need it or not. They will sell both what we need and what we want. And that is where you guys will take a place. We have to be mindful towards what we buy. Ask ourselves, hey, do I really need this? A simple tip I would leave you all guys today is what I call the 1 week rule. 1 week. You see, when I was scrolling Shopee, that's the platform that I usually use, I put some items in the cart and I ask myself this question. Do I really want this? Do I really want this stuff that I'm buying? And leave it for 1 week. If you still want that after then, buy it. You need it. But if you don't need it and you forgot about it, then it's a need. I mean, it's a want. You don't need it. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot blame technology for only addressing our wants rather than our needs. We have to ask ourselves, we, as the consumers, need to be mindful towards what we buy. We have to be able to create clear differences. And that, ladies and gentlemen, making that differences is important so that we don't overbuy stuff, so that we don't get sucked in by those hype, by those medias, and buy not only what we want, but what we need as well. We have to be able to meet that line. So to conclude, ladies and gentlemen, to ask that simple question, do I agree that modern technology only promotes our wants rather than our needs? That is wrong. They promote both. The question is, what are we gonna choose? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel, for providing us with your idea regarding this topic. Now let's hear the comment from one of the judges.
Okay. All right, Daniel, thank you so much. That's very informative and also interesting. Yeah. Your speech just made me think. Okay. Yeah. And then for the topic about the modern technology here, yes, I think you started with a good introduction by sharing your story. Yes, on protein shakes, right? Yes, and then you were going narrower, which is like that. Okay, a bit more specific here about advertisements, and then and also you start with after the introduction, you start with the purpose of the advertisement itself. Yes, and then you mentioned that the advertisements they offer what we need and also what we want, and then you'd let the listeners, yes, the audience here, think that okay, it's actual nature, natural, yeah, of the advertisement, kind of to somewhat offering, yes, what we need, and in other way around, and also it could offer what we want. But the thing is, you left us with a question here. So it's up to us. So it's us here that have control. So it's really important to be mindful. I think it's a good message, yes, to close this speech here. So it's very informative, and thank you so much. Yeah. Daniel, thank you for this speech. Really like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Andrea, for the comment, and also Daniel for the speech. We will now continue to the next participant, which is Fedora from IPK Sunter. Okay, Fedora, what number did you pick just now?
7.
7. Okay, the topic is, for the judges, studying overseas is an overrated experience. What is your view? Once again, studying overseas is an overrated experience. What is your view? Now, are the judges okay with it already? Okay. Okay, can you get timer? Okay, Fedora, you have 5 minutes to start the speech, starting now.
Each year, more and more students choose to study overseas. From our recent studies, in the past 6 years, there is a 21% growth in the number of Indonesian students who choose to study abroad. Based on a recent UNESCO study, in 2017, around 45,000 Indonesian students go study abroad. Well, seeing this question, it got me thinking, is studying overseas as great as people say it is, or is it just overrated? To answer this question, first, we need to think about why people go to college overseas. People go to college overseas mainly to further advance their education. But mostly, people go to college overseas to show their existence, to show their wealth, to make a mark in their social circle. People think that by going to college overseas, it makes them a more interesting person. Going to college overseas has a lot of benefits. Like, for example, it gives you a good experience, a larger social network, a great cultural view. But is it really worth it? Well, I have planned my life so that I can go to college overseas. Like, I've planned when I should take this test, when I should fill out this application so that I can go abroad. But thinking about it, I think that it is not that worth it. My name is Fedora, and hello, respected judges. Today, I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why going to college overseas is an overrated experience. First, homesickness. Most people who go to college overseas experience homesickness. Homesickness is stress and anxiety caused by separation from home. It causes depression, anxiety, behavioral problems, and ironically, academic difficulties. So people study abroad to further advance their education, but studying abroad makes them feel homesick, which causes academic difficulties, which pulls them back a step. So is it really worth it to study abroad? The second reason, going to college overseas is very expensive. For example, the USA. The tuition fee to study in USA is around $6,000 to $40,000 US dollars, and the living range is around $10,000 to $15,000. While studying here, it costs 10 to 20 times less more money. So is it really worth it to spend that much more money on studying abroad, while you can use that money to study here and open new businesses or create new opportunities? The third reason is it is harder to get a job, because working overseas, you learn different ways, different methods, different culture to do your job. So when you go back here, you don't know how to do your job in this culture. So it's harder for you to get a job. So to conclude, is it really worth it to study abroad? No, it is not. But everyone has different needs and different ways to see things. So it is actually according to you to see college overseas as an overrated experience or not. So that's it for my speech today. Thank you for listening. I hope it gives you new insights on college overseas.
Thank you, Fedora, for providing us with your idea regarding this topic. Now let's hear the comments from one of the judges.
Hi, Fedora. Good morning. Thank you for that speech. I may just want to say a few things about your speech. I really like how you actually started with numbers. I mean, I'm no math teacher, but I really like the way you research about, numbers, like real life numbers, like of students, Indonesian students studying abroad. You did your research, and also you gave your personal experience about it. Like, wait, is she here? Oh yeah, I can see you. Sorry. And for the main part of your speech, you mentioning about mental, money, about expenses, and of course job opportunities. I think it would be actually like better if you just like take those your keynotes, your notes, like one, then you explain further instead of like reading the whole thing, then just a little bit of explanation. But I really like the content. Like seriously, you did great with organizing the whole thing. And as for the closing, I think the the closing part is not weak. Okay, yeah, I really like that you actually gave your point of view about it and still giving your audience, us here, to think if actually is it for you or not. So you're telling us that it actually depends on what you need, on actually if you want it or not. And I think it's a great speech overall. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ernie, for the comments and also Fedora for the speech. So now I think we're going to continue with the last participant for this round. It will be Lukizel from Ipsun. Okay, hello, Lukizel.
Yeah, okay.
Before we start, what number for the topics did you choose now?
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay. This is for the judges. The topic in question will be today's era can be explained in 2 words, digital overload. What is your view? Once again, today's era can be explained in 2 words, digital overload. What is it?
Good mornings and greetings to all of you judges.
Can you wait first? We'll start after.
Sorry.
Okay. The judges, are you all okay with it already? Okay, Brian, can you start the screen share the timer? And Lukizel, you have 5 minutes starting now.
Good mornings, judges, committees, and every participant in this Zoom. Thank you for giving me this very special opportunity. Right now, I'm going to talk about digital overload in our lives, which I am agree. Firstly, we cannot deny that for most people, digital things such as social media, e-wallet, and others are probably their lifesaver. As we know, right now we're facing a global pandemic, which makes us have to limit our social direct digital is here to save our lives. The speech competition right now that we held is a real example of the digital benefit. But for some people, maybe digital become too much, which can affect our lives and our mental. There are too many opinions and also too many comments in social media, which can clouding our judgment. Another example is that we spend too much screen time and less physical activities, and also sometimes we ignore people around us, even our family. Regardless of that, it is up on us on how digital can affect our lives. We can limit our screen time. We can be more critical in receiving information in social media, like we can rechecking the validity of the news. And so if we do all of that, then finally, it's not the digital that control our life, but it's us controlling our own life. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Lukizel, for sharing your idea regarding this topic. Now let's invite the judges to give a comment.
Okay. Yeah, that was all right. So about the digital overload of today's era. Okay. Well, it was barely 3 minutes, right? It was almost, was it 3 minutes? Okay. Anyway, I would have wanted to hear more about it. Okay. But overall, I really understood what you tried to say. And that was good. Because what I really like about the speech is because you gave us ways on how this media not control our lives. And I think that is the real problem nowadays. We let media control our lives. So by giving these ways, you actually tell us that, yeah, it's not really a problem unless you let it control us. And that is what I like about the speech. But I would really love to hear more of your ideas. Maybe next time try to give more, what do you call this one? Give more examples and, what could be the other disadvantage and advantages of this digital overload. Yeah, well, that's it. It was good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ms. Kinji and Lukizel for the speech and also the comments. I think that's all for the first round. Now we're going to have a break before the second round will start at 9:50. So you guys will have around 30 minutes break. You can just turn off your cameras and come back later at 9:50. We'll start with the second round.
Can we leave for half an hour? We'll be back.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
Hello. Dik, gimana buat second round-nya?
Sergi?
My God. I am so relieved, sir.
What do you think, sir? My God, Sergi. AFK.
Sergi, what are you doing?
Sergi.
Yeah, what?
Oh, there.
Yay!
Sergi, why you shocked?
Let's go round one.
Sir, how was it, sir?
What one? That's okay. It's good.
That's okay, right? No, we only have problems just now when the sponsor video is playing, and then when the
By the way,
Wait, Brian-nya mana, weh?
later.
Brian-nya kok nggak join?
We will upload it to YouTube, right?
Ya.
Who will upload?
Brian-nya nggak join tuh.
Brian di main room dia putar lagu.
Diki. Oh iya deh. Iya. Kan gue lagi recording. Gue stop recording nggak?
No, if you stop, it will don't stop.
Oh ya, lu record dari classroom dong.
Gak apa-apa kita ngomong. Aduh, sir, we don't stop.
Keluar gila.
Oh, you cut the video later on. So if the one who is actually recording now and will upload later.
Pause. Can you just pause?
Yeah, I
But
pause it.
then you have to.
Okay, hello guys. We're going to start the second round now. Can you all please switch on your cameras?
Good morning.
Welcome back everyone. Now we're going to start the second round of the competition, which is the impromptu speech. Before that, can we please ask all the participants to turn on the cameras? And Kaiwei will brief a little bit about the mechanics for the second round.
Okay guys, so for the mechanics of the second round, first the topic shall be given like before. And second, the contestant will only get 60 seconds to prepare, 60 seconds to prepare, and 5 minutes maximum to deliver their speech. The contestants are not allowed to have any gadget, any notes when presenting, when delivering speech. A timer is given, and there will be 1 point deduction for every 30 seconds over time from the respective judges. Third, the style of the delivery shall be conversational, oratorical, or combination of both. Dramatic style is considered disqualified. Fourth, the contestants should wear their school uniform. Fifth, sound effects, microphones, and props are disallowed. Last one, after deliberation, the judge's decision is final.
Okay guys, so basically after this we're going to do the wheel spin, and whoever names comes out first, they'll directly choose the topic, and after that we'll start the 1 minute timer for preparation. So it will be all in an instant, and you only have 1 minute to prepare. Oh yeah, and on top of that, we also would like to inform that all participants joining is invited to the closing, and they can join for free. Later we'll just share the Zoom link with you, and all participants can freely join. And before that, once again, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event, KBL, TBI, Hartwell, EduBridge, iDance, and Softies, and also our media partners, Share Event, Mading Pensi, info selanjutnya, redaksi seputar event, and Event Banget. Ben, can you play the video?
Pakai Softies tisu basah saat berkeringat, saat sesudah makan. Pakai Softies hand sanitizer sebelum ngemil, setelah pegang uang. Pakai masker Softies pas naik motor lagi flu. Perlindungan antibakterial dari Softies. Bersih di mana aja.
Okay, so I think we're going to start the spin the wheel now, and we're going to determine who will go first.
Sorry, Kak.
Yeah, Kak.
I think Daniel asked something in the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, did he ask? Oh, I
All right.
yeah.
Regarding dramatic presentation, it's more of overt presentation, exaggeration of your ideas, like overly assertive when it comes to presenting your ideas.
Okay, thank you.
Do you guys have any other questions before we start the second round? If you have, you can just chat or just directly unmute and ask now. If you guys have no more questions, then we'll start with the wheel spin to determine who will go first. So the first one that will go will be Genta. Okay. Anyway, Genta, you can now choose the topics.
Wait, are these
Okay.
the different topics?
For the red one is before one. You cannot pick again. So please pick
Okay.
the rest. Which number would you like to pick?
Let's go for 6.
6. Should humans be higher when robots can do the job better? I will repeat. Should humans be higher when robots can do the job better?
Seconds to prepare, starting now.
You have 30 seconds remaining. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Brian, can you pull up the timer for 5 minutes? Genta, you have 5 minutes to deliver your speech starting now.
Well, first of all, I feel like robots are definitely the solution to our future. You know, we're growing, we are living in a time where technological progression, advancements, and also finding new ways and new frontiers in making our work or our life more efficient and easier and more enjoyable. That's really the purpose of progressing in life initially. And really, I believe that the main purpose of a robot is to do that, is to take away the hard labor, the complex machinery, all of the difficult tasks that humans were initially doing to make it easier for us to do the work, to simplify it basically. But the thing is, I don't think at all that robots should be replacing humans, because first of all, humans and robots are built differently. First of all, robots use a system of artificial intelligence. So they're basically kind of like robotic servants to us. Basically, we give them a command and they do it for us. Now, here's the thing. They can't freely think to do whatever they want. They can't make decisions on their own. They rely on us. They rely on our input, our feedback, and what we think is best for them. That's why we need humans to still be in the job, to monitor those robots. And also, there's this ongoing conversation about robots one day becoming kind of their own human beings, developing a mind of their own. Can you just imagine seeing robots roaming around the streets buying groceries or something? That would be scary. So that's also a concern of mine. I'm just very worried that robots will eventually replace humans and, in a sense, not be controlled. You know what I mean? So I don't want robots to develop a mind of their own to an extent that we can't stop them or we can't correct them, because it can turn deadly, it can turn immoral, it can turn unethical. Robots, if they develop their own minds, they could totally annihilate mankind, you know? And also, here's the thing, with regards to an industrial perspective, robots are very expensive to maintain. Even though they are, efficient at work, they can easily be monitored. They're very efficient to they're very expensive to maintain. They're very costly. And also at the end of the day, robots need constant maintenance to maintain well. First, for example, I'm a pilot. I would love to be a pilot, and I know a lot about airplanes. And airplanes, in a way, are kind of like robots. They need to be maintained, they need to be monitored, they need to be airworthy to fly and maintain safety. So there's obviously a human aspect to this. You can't rely on two robots to constantly correct each other, because who knows, maybe the robot that's correcting the other robot might be faulty, or the other way around. Or maybe perhaps the system of the new robot that's being corrected might be outdated. There are many different factors that really limit robots to being the future, or being the future in the short term. So that's why, with that being said, I don't think that robots will replace humans over time, because there are just so many things that humans have which robots couldn't do. For example, feel sympathy, feel emotion. That's something that robots couldn't do. And also, humans are willing to learn new things every single day and change what they're thinking of, their mindset, the way they approach things, their lifestyle. They change that constantly. They're more fluid than robots. So with that being said, I don't think that robots will replace humans over time. Thank you.
Thank you, Genta, for providing us with your idea regarding this topic. Now let's hear the comments from Miss Andrea.
Okay, hi Genta.
Hello.
Thank you so much. All right. So yes, thank you so much for the speech here. And then also let me see my notes here. Yep. So again, I think like the previous one, I like your energy in the speech. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
And also good choice of vocabulary related to the topics. I like it. Yes, a good control of language there. And then yes, and also I like the fact that you use some emotive language, okay, without reducing the effectiveness of the message there. And then you support the arguments here with some more explanations, okay, some more examples. For example, that you what is it? You told us different perspective, different areas like industrial perspective that making robots is costly, and also robots wouldn't have same emotions and the same feelings as like humans. So I really like that you put supporting evidence and some more examples to make your arguments convincing. So thank you so much, Genta. Good job. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Andrea, for the comments, and also Genta for the lovely speech. Now we'll start again, and we'll pick the next person using the wheel spin. Okay. Okay, Audrey. Okay, Audrey, you can pick your topics now. Alicia, can you share the topic screen?
Okay, Audrey, which number would you like to pick?
Number 10, please.
Okay, number 10. And number 10 already been picked. Please pick not the red ones.
Sorry, 12.
12, okay. Traditional news sources such as newspaper and radio stations will cease to exist in the next decade. Do you agree? I'll repeat once more. Traditional news sources such as newspaper and radio station will cease to exist in the next decade. Do you agree? Your 1 minute preparation starts now.
You have 30
30
seconds remaining. Yeah.
Wah, ini gua atau Brian? Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is done. Brian, can you share the screen? Okay, you can begin your speech and now.
I would like to start off once again by clarifying the controversy between traditional cultures that we have and the modern society that we live in today. As I said before in my very first speech, to be honest, modern society thinks that traditional culture does not have a place in society. But in fact, and the truth is, it does. It does have a place in society. And whether you like it or not, your tradition cultures has always been with you, inside you, engraved inside your body, your mind, and your brain, everywhere you go. Now, there is actually a very significant difference between traditional and modern society that we live in today. One of the things is that tradition, there is no separation in society or components in daily life. Back then, it doesn't make sense to have economy, political organizations, religions, and such. But today, we live in a very structured society where we know our political organizations, we know our religions, we pray to God and give our gratitude, and many more. It has been so complex that sometimes people do not look in the past to learn more about it. Now, when you say traditional news and a newspaper and radio and such to cease to exist, it doesn't make sense because we will never lost our connection with our traditional cultures. It is engraved inside our body. And when you actually advise for traditional cultures to stop existing, then I would definitely disagree. Our past self, our past, our history, the things that they do back in the past, those are actually the buildup of today. The things that you see in modern society, this very second, is the knowledge building up from past years. For instance, I'm talking to a laptop in a conference meeting, and this is made possible only because of people in our past. Now, this is actually a concrete proof of connection that we have in the past. We learn from the past. People make mistakes in the past, and now we learn from it. Now, people might say that this is actually a clashing of two civilizations, the traditional one and the modernity that we are now. But I really think that our connection with our traditional past self can never vanish. It will never vanish. It will continue to live inside ourselves, and we will continue to cherish it. In the far future, in the next decades, people will also look back on us, know what we were doing in our daily lives. They will learn from us, from our mistakes and our past, and eventually they will come up with a brilliant, incredible idea to solve problems in the future. Like I said before, there's always something that we can learn from both organizations, be it traditional culture or the modern society that we live in today. Because I truly believe the only way you can learn something is from mistakes, from experiencing failures. And through these mistakes that you see from the past, from people who were our ancestors, you can learn so much. And through traditional culture, I believe it is our connection and to give our gratitude to people in our past. So now, let's cherish that. Let's cherish our traditional culture. Do not let it vanish. My name is Natasha Audrey from SMAC 5 Manabur, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Audrey, for providing us with your idea regarding this topic. Now let's hear the comments from Mr. Ernie.
Hello, I'm not sure if I'm gonna call you Natasha or Audrey. So yeah, Audrey, I think that was a good speech, and I like the way you actually what was connected the previous topic to this one, because you had like traditional versus modernity, the previous one, right? I think that actually like not really pulled you down, but instead like you were having a hard time talking about your arguments, because you keep on going back to the traditional, culture, traditional people. In a way, it's not a bad thing because you did not do it literally, like talking about news per se, but instead you went down like as a figurative way of saying that news is just part of, traditional news is part of the traditional people. But whatever we have right now, like the internet, where you get your news, is actually part of the modern world. But I think it would be really great if you've just focused actually on the topic, like the news. How do you think that news will not exist anymore in the near future because the modern technology is actually taking over? And I think that's it. But yeah, thank you for that. I did not take it literally this time because you did it in a figurative way. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ernie, for the comments, and also Audrey for the speech. Now we'll move on to the next participant, and similar to before, we'll use the wheel spinner again. Okay, so Angelica, you'll go next. You can choose the topics now. Alicia, can you share the PowerPoint?
Okay, Angelica. Which number do you want to choose?
5, please.
5. Okay, 5. To what extent can distance learning replace the experience of traditional classroom? I will repeat. To what extent can distance learning replace the experience of a traditional classroom? Your 1 minute will start now.
Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left.
Your 1 minute preparation time has finished. Now you have 5 minutes to deliver your speech. Your 5 minutes will start now.
Good morning. Before I begin with my speech, I will say thank you to God because even in this pandemic situation, we can all still attend this event. And also I would like to thank you to all of the honorable judges that have given me this opportunity to speak once again about my opinion. So in this pandemic situation, we're all learning via online. It's called distance learning or something like that. So we're gonna talk about is distance learning will replace the traditional classroom, as learning via online will replace the traditional classroom like using paper and pencil that we meeting each other directly or not. So today once again, I'm greeting you. I'm Angelica from IPK Sundar High School. And today I'm gonna talk about my opinion regarding these topics. First of all, I want to tell you that learning via online have some positive and negative things about this. The positive is less cost, is make our time more flexible, and many things. But the negative thing that I experienced it myself, that I'm struggle with how I manage my time. I'm also struggle with how I can stay focused learning via online, because there are so many distractions when I'm learning via online. It's like the social media notification and other things, because the teacher cannot see if we're playing some social medias, if we're playing some games or other things. So, but when we're learning via online, we can get so many, in this globalized era that everything is about technology. So learning via online is we know more about the technology, so we can keep moving forward about what will happen next year or what will happen in the next decade. From that, I think, or we can conclude that as learning via online can replace the traditional classroom. I think it's a yes and a no, because like what I said, it has a negative thing, but also has a positive thing. I think what will happen next about our learning system is not a learning via online full, but it will be called a blended learning, so that it will be via online or learning distance, but we also can use the traditional classroom things. It called the traditional classroom and the modern and the online classroom will complete each other's. I think that's it. Finally, that's the end of my speech. Thank you for your attention. It's such an honor. Hopefully what I've said is gainful for us. Thank you.
Okay, what a great speech, right, Kaiwei?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, now we invite Ms. Kinji to give her comments about the speech.
Okay, thank you for your speech, Angelica. My first comment would be my first comment would be about the content of your speech. So the question was, to what extent can distance learning replace traditional classroom? So I would like to ask you a question. So you said yes or no, right? It can replace.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, and you supported that. You supported it with the blended learning.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I would have had to explain to me to what extent can it replace traditional classroom. The blended learning would have been a really good support to your argument, but it would have been much clearer at the beginning about your stance on the topic, right? But that was really a good idea, the blended learning. If you would have delved more into that, you could have had better support of evidences and examples. All right, but that is actually really good. Giving us the negative and the positive effects of distance learning is also great. Okay, that will give us an idea of, okay, so that means blended learning can really be the best, because you gave us this negative and positive impacts. You know what I mean? So delivery wise, it was okay. I'm not gonna say that it's super, but because what was lacking is I needed more of that what do you call this one? The energy, probably. Okay, you have to engage me more. Okay, but I'm sure you can improve on that, right? But overall, you gave me really good ideas, and congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, Miss
Kinji.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kinji, for the comments, and also Angelica for the speech. We'll now continue to the next one, which is We'll spin the wheel again. Okay, which is out. Okay, Alicia, can you share the topics and pick a topic?
Okay, Lukizel.
Number 9, please.
Number 9. So number 9, do you agree that the continued use of minority language should be encouraged? I'll repeat. Do you agree that the continued use of minority language should be encouraged? Your 1 minute will start now.
Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left.
Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is over. So, Akizel, you may start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good mornings and greetings again to all of you, judges, committee, and every participant in this Zoom. Thank you for giving me this very special opportunity. Right now, I'm going to answer the question of the use of minority language this era. I agree that the use of minority language should be encouraged until now. But we cannot use our minority language in every kind of situation. For example, if we talk to our family, we still can use our minority language because our family understand that language. But when we talk to other people, we cannot use minority language, our minority language, because not all people understand our minority language. But do we have to erase all of the minority language? My answer is no, because minority language is still needed to continue our culture. Minority language is also a part of our family culture. For example, if you are Indonesian people and you have the Japanese culture, you still have to know a little bit of Japanese language, because it means that you still respect your culture, which means that Japanese language. But when you do a social interaction, the main language to use is the Bahasa Indonesia that you have to use. You cannot use Japanese language to all of the people you talk to, because not all people understand that Japanese language. The community, when you enter a community, for example, a school. A school is a place where people comes from every different province, so, from Java or even from Sumatra, or from every place, every province in Indonesia, and they all use very different language. That's why we still have to use our main language, Indonesia, but we also have to encourage our traditional language to continue the culture. And so the culture is still there, even when our next generation and other, we still can continue our culture. We also use the traditional language for our identity. It identify us as a Javanese person or as a Sumatra persons and others. So to conclude, minority language is still needed to identify our culture and to preserve our culture, but we still need to learn the main language in Indonesia to communicate with everyone in our social life. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts and points, Lakizel, regarding this topic. Let's hear what our judge will say about it.
Yeah, is it my turn, right? Is it my turn now? Okay, yes. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you, Lakizel, for your speech. All right. So yeah, okay, the question was, do you agree that continued use of minority languages should be encouraged, right? Yes. Okay, I like the idea that you started your speech with your personal viewpoint. So yes, you answered the questions. And yes, and you started that you agreed that we should continue the use of the minority languages there. But also you gave another perspective here that yes, the use of the languages depend on situations, some situations here, like you mentioned the examples here, for example, in family gatherings, and also for example, okay, no people understand the minority languages there, and also you went to the reasons why you agree to preserve the minority languages here. Oh yeah, to preserve identity, to preserve the culture. So I think it's good to it was good to see that you also you didn't forget to support your argument. So why you agree? Yes, why you agree to the statement, and also perhaps all the emphasis is important, yeah, in speech, but I think there was a little bit repetitions. Yes, so that there were a little bit, I would say, of more repetitions in your speech. So it's like here and there. So the flow, I would say that perhaps you might have been having a hard time to organize the ideas there, but I did still get the points that you were trying to make here. Perhaps it was just like the control of the ideas and then also the organization of the speech. But overall, that was good that you covered some perspective and then you answered the question. Thank you so much, Kizal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Anja, for the comment,
Welcome.
and Kizal for the speech. Okay, so we will now move on to the final two participants that will give their speech. So the next one will be Daniel. Okay, Alicia, can you share the PPT? And okay.
Okay, Daniel.
Let's go for lucky number 13.
Okay, number 13. Translation technology will replace the need to learn a language. I will repeat. Translation technology will replace the need to learn a language. Your 1 minute will start now.
30 seconds left. Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left. Okay, your 1 minute is over. Brian, please share your screen. Okay, you may start your speech now.
Growing up, I was a bilingual. I speak 2 languages, Indonesian and English. And I remember my parents telling me the importance of languages. Ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about language, we're talking about the stuff that we say on different levels of interpretation, for example, like English, Indo, Chinese, and stuff like that. But keep in mind, in language, there's always 2 lenses where we can see a particular language. First, we can see language as a means of functionality, meaning how we can talk to other people. In this case, the more that we can talk to other people, the more function it has as a language. Now, that is the common way of seeing language. That is what we have been raised to see language. The more language you learn, the better you will be off in the world. That's why parents are teaching you to speak 3 languages, speak 4, speak 5, or even speak 7 languages. I know that's absurd, but there are people arguing that there are translation applications that would help these functionalities of language. We no longer need to be fluent in multiple languages because we can talk to other people with these translation apps. So what's the purpose of studying literature, studying languages? Well, the answer is the other way that we can see languages. We see language as a form of art. Notice how the Japanese speak in a certain way. Notice how their intonation becomes like, yeah, it's extra loud. That is culture. That is how they were built upon. That is how language, literature in general, is connected to the realm of art. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure all of you in this room have read a book, right? And it doesn't matter which language you're reading it on. It is art. You are able to get the meaning of what they're trying to say by understanding the language that it's trying to say. A few days ago, I read a book by Anantatur, This Earth of Mankind, or Indonesian, as Bumi Manusia. The way we read it, as in Indonesia, in contrast to English, is different. It has different interpretations. We're not merely talking as, language as a function. That's outdated. That's overrated. We can just open our Google text and just take a picture and we have the translation. It is about the art. It is how we appreciate things that are different from us. Understanding the things that develop it. Understanding the story behind, for example, the Chinese language. The English language, how British and American English are different. We have to understand it. That is the importance of studying language. We get to seek different perspectives. And that is why I call out to you, everyone in this room, don't take the language that we see as a function. No, that is so wrong. Language is not a function. Well, to an extent, it is a function. But more deeply, it is art, it is social, it is culture, it is political, it is economics, it is everything melted into a single symbol, a single sign, a single language. So to go back to the question, will translation applications make learning other languages obsolete? It doesn't. It only further emphasizes the importance of not just learning language, but understanding the art behind it. So that's where I'm going to leave all of you here. Understand the language, and you understand the people speaking behind it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for your wonderful speech. Now let's invite Mr. Ernie.
Hello, Daniel. Thank you so much for actually telling us that language is an art, and truly indeed, language is an art. I'm telling you guys, if you're learning literature, you will understand why. And your topic was translation technology will replace the need to learn a language. You actually like mentioned two key points, being one, communicate with people, and the second is a form of art. And you focus more uh, language being a form of art. And later, towards the very end, you actually said that technology or translation technology will never replace, a language because, like you said, language is an art, and you have to learn it. You have to understand it. It's not something that you can learn through online or an application. I think that was really clear. Thank you for mentioning the two key points. All right, that's it from me, guys. Thank you again, Daniel.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ernie, for the comments, and also Daniel for the wonderful speech. And now I think we'll go to our final participant for today, which is Fedora from Ipsun. Alicia, can you share the topics? Okay.
So Fedora, please pick your topic.
Number 11.
Okay, number 11. Should traditional grammar continue to be taught in schools? I will repeat. Should traditional grammar continue to be taught in school? Your 1-minute preparation time will start now.
Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left. Okay, your time is up. Brian, can you share your screen? Okay. You can start your speech now.
Ever since I was in school, from elementary school to secondary school, even now in high school, in English language, we are always encouraged to learn grammar. Like every single lesson that I have went through in my years of education is that grammar is important. But should traditional grammar be taught in schools? Well, grammar is important, but the main key to learning any language is understanding what the person in front of you is talking and making the person in front of you understand what you're talking. So I think that grammar is not really that important because it is not a fundamental way that you can make other people understand what you're talking about. Like even people from even native people who come from the United States or from the UK, they don't actually speak with proper grammar. So why are we when English is our second language, why are we encouraged to learn grammar? Well, grammar is actually one of the basics of English language. Like without grammar, you cannot form. Grammar is actually very important, but it's not as important as making other people understand you. So the main key to learning language in our schools is not about learning grammar, but it should be about communication, how we make other people understand us. So I think that the curriculum in schools should not be about grammar, but should more be about communication and how we interact with other people, how we understand their culture and make them understand us. So I think that it's not really important to learn grammar because of these things. Another reason why grammar isn't really that important as communication is because without proper grammar knowledge, other people can also understand you. So I think that schools should actually encourage more communication skills and not grammar. So that's it for my speech. I hope it gives you new insights on grammar and how it should be taught in schools.
Thank you, Fedora, for your wonderful speech. Now we invite Ms. Kinji for her thoughts about the speech.
Okay, thank you for your speech, Fedora. Right, so I like how you organize your thoughts. So you take time into actually constructing the ideas in your head before you speak it out. And that is actually great because it makes your speech less messy. Okay, but I'm not saying it's messy. So I can see the organization there, and that's really good. Next is with the content. Okay, so you said that grammar is not important. It's not that important to be taught in schools for two reasons. The first reason you gave was because it's more about communication. Okay, it's not really important because we can still communicate. And then the second one is I was quite curious about the second one because you didn't give much evidence or support to your argument that without grammar, people can still communicate. How? How can people still understand you without that pattern, that structure? You know, when we talk about language, there's a structure. What if I just mix up my words? Are you going to understand me? You know, that kind of thing. So you could have had a support to that. Like, in what other ways can we understand what people are saying? But personally, I do agree that grammar isn't really that important to be taught at schools. There are other ways that we can learn a language by communicating, you know, by mingling with people, like how native learners or how native people learn the language. It's acquisition naturally. So we don't need to be taught grammar. But since some people are second language learners, they might need that structure. But I agree with you, it's not at all important. Your body, your voice, the delivery, I like it. It's really smooth. So, yep. Good job on that, Fedora.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Kinji, and also Fedora for the speech and Ms. Kinji's comments. I think that's the end of the speech competition today. We'll then proceed to the judges' deliberation period. So all the judges will be invited into a breakout room, and the participants can have a break for around 15 minutes in the main room.
Hi there.
Hi.
I haven't uploaded my, input to my scores yet.
Still enough.
Yeah, hi everyone again.
Hi.
All right, so feel free to discuss your points
Yeah,
here,
sure.
and we're going to take out all the scores from your sheets, and we will sum them all, and then after that, we're going to present the output, the product. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Welcome.
Give me a second. I'm still doing the.
Okay, let me.
Are you guys done inputting it? Inputting the scores in the sheet?
Haven't, and now I'm okay. Let's see, content. Ah, all right.
Just maybe a minute.
Okay, now I've got the names. Okay. Let's see.
What about you, Kinji? Are you done?
Hang on.
Kenji here. Wait. I cannot see you. Oh, Kenji there.
Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Okay.
I think I have done. Make sure.
Oh, let me check. That. So Audrey is Natasha then, yeah. Natasha Audrey. Okay, because I wrote Natasha.
Me too.
Wrote Natasha. So I was like, okay, I now get that.
How was that
But
again?
different order. Yeah, because I was looking for the
Oh yeah, yeah.
Natasha's names, and then it's Audrey. And no, it's Audrey.
Audrey, yes.
Yes, Audrey. Let me see.
You guys done?
Okay, simply impromptu sheet here. Let me see. Genta, Daniel, Audrey. We've got Audrey. Where is it, Audrey? Yes. Angelica and Angel. Okay. Okay, so Daniel. Fedora. Fedora here. Content. Oh, Genta. All right. Okay. Audrey, that means Natasha. Okay, let me see. Natasha. Okay, Angel.
Can we can they actually send us all the the total scores for all?
What's that?
I think they should give us the average.
Yeah,
Daniel.
Yeah, because we can discuss this.
Hang on. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay. I think I have. Yeah, I need to have my eyes checked here. Wow. Fedora. Come on, speed up, Andrea. Okay, let me finish with Genta here.
Lucky Zell.
Yeah. But I know, right? Lucky Zell.
I like Genta's energy.
Yeah.
But I still like Daniel.
Natasha. Natasha. Oh, delivery. What is it? Okay, okay, Natasha. Okay, here. Okay, let me begin here. Okay. But we've got 5 here and 5 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, yes, you can start, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
With me, from the extemporaneous and the impromptu speech, a couple of them kind of have like a change of turns, Like who was that again? Like Audrey. She really didn't answer the question. I mean, she did say no, but yeah, you were talking about that a while ago, Ernie. She didn't really talk about the newsprints, the traditional news paper and stuff.
Oh, so Audrey, right? Yeah.
She got pulled down by
got a low
her
score with me.
competition. So I mean,
that was very important.
If you can take it literally, then she's wrong. If you take it like figuratively, it's actually right.
Yeah, thank you for.
She was talking about the general idea.
Yeah, exactly. She was lost in the middle. She kept talking about the traditional culture, traditional
Oh.
culture. I was waiting for her talking about news. Yes, news and yes. What is it? Whether
So-
yes, they replace the.
In the next decade.
Yes, thank you. Yes, they will be replaced. So okay, so yeah, she kept talking about the traditional.
Yeah.
So,
Her idea was that.
okay. So the content. I don't think so.
So the relevance there kind of didn't really
No.
point.
Let's see here, the impromptu. But in the first speech, she was good. She was very good.
She was okay.
At first, the extemporaneous, right? And then, but
I think she still had a problem with arguments, coming up with the arguments. She's really playing it safe, just very generalized. You couldn't go into more arguments, like supporting her opinion in the matter. Yeah.
Oh, but what happened to what's her name?
Angelica. Angelica.
Yeah, I think.
Well, she got better in impromptu.
But still, it's still lacking, you know.
Yeah, but
The
she still got
content,
better.
the content, yes,
Yeah.
still lacking. The content still lacking, and then, but yeah, it was. The second one was definitely better than the first one. I think
Yeah.
because she was the first. I could feel that as well. I could only say a few words, so yeah, because okay, it's like yeah, I could sense that. And yeah, for the first speech, yeah, I think she could have been more engaging, with the body movements. Yeah, so compared to the others, I think yeah, she was less engaging. Yeah, when it
What
comes
about
to movement, yeah.
what can you say about Daniel, guys?
I like his idea.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
So, but the first one, extemporaneous, he didn't really talk about, like like what you said.
Yeah.
Sorry, modern technology, yes. Advertisement, yes.
It was
and
about
then,
own being a consumer.
Yeah.
Focus there. I said it's not about all ads when you talk about modern technology, you know.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But I'm not sure what will be his total score. Do we actually wait? Do we get the total scores of?
For the impromptu, yeah, thank you. Okay, the crew here, just okay. Let me. Okay, with the total. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Who was this Lucky Zell?
I find Lacaziel's argument kind of weak.
She had the shortest speech at the extemporaneous one. Okay. And then impromptu, what did you do? All right, still low for me.
Yeah, I think Lacaziel. If he used identity as his argument, it could have been better. If he started with identity, like
his the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what the organization was a little
Yeah.
bit. Let's say.
I think he put the identity towards the very end, which is actually the should have been the major one.
Yep.
Oh, it's talking about. Do you agree that the continued use of minority
languages?
Yeah.
So she started with she said that she agreed, okay, with that statement, and then she put the different perspective first. Okay, but depending on situations, and because not people understand, and then she went back to the supporting arguments here. Okay, why? Okay, because to preserve the culture, and then yes, towards the end, and then she mentioned identity, which I think yes should have been mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
it should have been mentioned earlier. Should have been talked about, and then yes, explained more at the beginning. So the organization. So okay.
Oh, by the way, I really like Daniel's idea today. about arts, language.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, I like that.
That's why I couldn't say anything. I was like, okay, I don't want to say anything because it's like given that he did really great. Yeah. And he has reference, like talking about the book that he recently read. It's actually good at incorporating that.
Definitely, this is a good speech.
Okay, let me take.
No.
Oh, it's different from my notes.
No.
Let me see the here.
Can we actually agree that Genta's vocabulary is just like on point?
I know, right?
Yeah. Also, his argument was very clear.
Yep.
Oh my God, what are they doing? Someone's checking the
Yeah,
course.
yes. Let me see. Oh, it's Genta here.
Also, we can't change the
different
scores
order,
now.
yeah, different order.
Okay, I'm not gonna change anything now. Hands off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too.
Let me.
Really?
Yeah, because
But I don't
different
want to see
orders,
them
I made
look-
mistakes.
No,
See
I
that I'm
think
changing
yeah.
the scores.
that's us guys.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. Okay.
Okay, so they can we share the highest? I mean, those with the highest ones, the highest total. Here?
I
For
start
the
for you?
yes, the first one, extemporaneous.
Mine.
Go
Genta.
Kenji. Okay. Genta. Same. Genta.
What's wrong
What?
with me? Let me. Oh, okay, I made a mistake with the order. Sorry, Natasha is Audrey. Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm so
Who is
sorry. Okay, this one is Genta. All right, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry, crew. Okay. Yes, the highest here I got Genta.
Second is.
Sorry.
Next is
Audrey. Audrey, I've got and Daniel. Daniel, Audrey here. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, Genta. I put the wrong one.
Well, who's next?
For me, it's Fedora, then Daniel. So again,
Hi, yes. May I know what's your
Yeah.
concern?
we're trying. Did you guys get all of the average now?
Yes, we're
Yes.
getting the average.
Can you actually?
Yeah, I'm just sorry.
Which
I put the wrong order here.
who?
Should do the example first. Can you, Mr. Gringo, can you show us actually the total score of the three judges?
Okay, like for example, this one. Okay, I'm sharing to you. This is the scores from you guys.
This is what I want.
Okay.
So,
I'm sorry, I was different orders
I'm lost.
of the names here. And I need to double check here, make sure that okay, the same here, my notes and that.
Yeah. Please do
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, because
the
the order
score.
is different. Yeah, I'm so
What's
sorry.
this?
Oh, the order is different.
Yeah,
Okay. Give me a second.
no problem.
Give me a second. Let me check first.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, Angelica, right? Angelica, then Natasha, which is Audrey, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Let me make sure it's got the right score for the right one.
Daniel, Fedora, then Nathaniel. Second part.
Get Angelica. Let me take a look. Angelica.
Daniel, Fedora.
Okay, the rest okay. Okay. No, okay. Daniel, yes.
All right. Okay, we are trying to sort. If please let me know if you have some changes, like which candidate, what's the score, or what.
Mine is final.
Mine's final.
How about Miss Andrea?
Mine's final.
Oh,
Same,
so
sir.
no changes.
No changes then.
All right. Thank you very much. Give
Yeah.
me a minute. I'll go back to the other room.
I think the stars today are Genta,
Mm.
Daniel.
No.
Mm.
And I'm not sure about the third. It could be Natasha or Audrey or
They
Fedora.
changed the name. They changed the name. Okay.
Who's Natasha?
I mean,
Audrey. You
Audrey,
decided
Natasha. Yeah. That's why I said I'm not sure if I'm gonna call you Audrey or Natasha.
Oh yeah, who's the third here?
I think it's either Fedora or Natasha. I'm not sure. I mean, they have really strong score in expo, but in impromptu, I think Fedora shine more, right?
Yeah. I think I would choose Fedora. Yeah, but let's see.
We will see. We'll see the
They
score.
so near the yeah.
Maybe suddenly we'll get what? Lucky Zero? No. Lucky Zero.
Why are you changing the names?
That's the thing. That was okay.
I don't understand.
They make
Why are you
some
guys changing the
changes.
names?
I don't think they.
Perhaps they're trying to make the same order of names like the Angelica first, right? Then Audrey,
Daniel by order. Yeah.
Natasha or Audrey.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought you're changing the names. You're gonna interchange the scores. Okay, just okay.
No, they're
Okay.
copying the average.
Mhm.
Copy.
Wow.
Is it only me or Daniel? You know the translation technology.
Sorry.
The translation technology that I was talking about will replace the need to learn the language.
No.
You're right. It's like
Yeah.
I mean, he did not really point
He
that.
didn't say that.
Yeah, but actually, like he said, like you don't have to actually learn it through the translation because you have to learn it. You have to understand it. And I think I got
But
the
he
point.
had a point. He explained it on the first part, functionality only.
Yeah.
So that's when he described about translation of technology that it's not really that important because you can do that for functionality. You don't need to learn the languages. In the classroom.
True.
Things like that. When you can just do that. Using your smartphone.
Mm.
But the thing is, he said it can't replace the need to learn a language because language is an art.
Yeah. That's why I said.
But the
like,
thing is, he didn't explain that one. He didn't really, support that idea that
yes.
it's not why can't art be replaced? Why languages and art can't be replaced by translation? But he didn't answer the question, so I'm good with that.
First thing, technology has no emotion, so
Yeah.
it could have like, but
Doesn't.
his argument was really clear, I'm still going back to whatever notes I have just in case,
Oh, but Genta's question for the impromptu about humans replacing the robots. You know what? I wanted to ask him about the thing here is it was specified that when robots can do the job better. He did say that in cases like hard labor, for example, let's say repetitive tasks, robots can take over the job, but that's the problem now. That is the problem, and which he did not really explain much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lose my job if I work. If I'm doing desk work, for example, was that data input, whatever. But the computer can do that, or the robot can do that. So what about me? What about my job? I'm gonna be replaced. Okay, but not all the jobs are not all the jobs uses our brains, you know,
Yeah.
empathy or sympathy, whatever. Some jobs like that's work, repetitive things, we
But
still do it. And
I-
a lot of people are employed in that kind of job. And if you take these away, right,
yeah.
that was a problem. That was the main.
To be more specific here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
topic of that, exactly. Because we all know that robots can't replace jobs. But what if these jobs, okay, in these jobs, robot can do it better? What happens to us? What will happen?
The effect of it.
Anyway, are they done? I'm excited.
So I'm curious about the results here.
Yeah, me too. What's taking them so long? Oh, I think they're copying now. So for impromptu. Oh, I didn't actually notice that Andika messaged me earlier.
Sorry?
Who?
And one of the what do you call this one? The committee.
Okay.
I think it has been answered, so I don't need to answer that anymore.
You know what? At first, I thought Ginter was the kind of person that's calm, collected. But when he started the speech, and wow, it was the president. Okay, he is so expressive. So, and then it was when Miss Genji said, "Okay, that yes, you like his energy." Then yeah, me too. Wow.
I was like actually back myself, when he started speaking, I was like, okay, where's that energy from?
And then him and Kanye West. Wow. All right.
I actually took down note of that. I said, wow,
Yeah.
even showbiz news, he has that one. Timely and relevant.
Yeah, especially now that Kim Kardashian is going to file a divorce, right?
Yeah, true.
And I just read that news a while ago before this competition started. I was like, oh, reminded me of that news.
I
Anyway.
think he must have watched the news this morning, or
Could be.
Okay. Deliberation is so long, yeah? What are we deliberating? There's no score. Okay. Should be saying that we're being recorded.
Are we recording? Are we?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Are they going to upload this on YouTube?
They will.
No way!
No, it's no.
The thing is, they might actually do
Don't! Don't! Aren't you guys hungry? What time is it there now?
It's 10.
11:10.
What time is it now?
1.
Oh, that's past lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
Past lunchtime. That's why before this started, I had my brunch because I know I'm gonna get hungry.
Had coffee,
Oh, speaking
Do
of,
you usually have breakfast? Sorry?
I want some coffee. Andrea, are you based in where? Jakarta now?
Yes, Jakarta. Yep. Yep. Jakarta.
Working in
Jakarta. TBI. Yes, TBI. Kelapa Gading. Yep.
What's
the
that?
British Institute. The British Institute.
British Institute. So if you want to learn English, they also help you with IELTS examination, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yes.
not a school like where they are now. Elementary, high school. No.
No.
Okay, just English language school.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually want.
Yeah. Sorry?
actually want that, but oops, being recorded.
Oh, Ernie. Okay.
I actually teach the students how to take IELTS, and they will actually. Do you do like IELTS testing, like you yourself, or you teach also?
Come again? Sorry, breaking up.
Are you teaching IELTS or
Yep.
you're
Yep.
doing the
Yes.
same for me?
Yeah. Yes. We have IELTS classes, and then yes, this semesters, yes, I've been teaching IELTS and academic English, and also IGCSE. So lots of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still conduct tests?
No.
Now?
No.
Oh.
I do though. What is Cambridge Young Learners?
Oh,